so we're starting the day off. We are at Home Depot right now. So first thing we have to go pick up is some paint to obviously paint the ceiling, the walls, and is there anything else?
The bathroom. Yeah,
the bathroom. So we're gonna go find some paint, find a color that we want. That's gonna kind of match with the floors. And then right after that, we've got to go pick up a trailer to get the scissor lift rental. The ceiling in the shop is super tall. I don't know exactly how tall it is, but it's probably what, at
26 feet.
We're gonna get the paint, pick up the scissor lift, get back to the shop, get started on the painting, and then yeah, as soon as we do the painting, we'll get going on the floors and then get the place set up. So let's go get to it.
We're just gonna
So what kind of paint are we going with?
Well, I think we'll just do like a satin, but it looks like they don't have in this 127.
Okay, trying to find a color. I wanna go with something dark again. Some sort of black or a dark gray. Nightclub might be kind of cool, more of like a grayish black. So we made it back to the shop. We've got the scissor lift over there with all of our paint. So now what we've got to work on first is getting these cars out of here. So this is most of the equipment that we're going to be using. So we're probably just going to drop cloth all of this when we start painting. But yeah, we got to get all three of these cars out. Then what's next? Just get the lift in here and start painting.
Heck yeah.
You can see these walls are massive. Ceiling is super, super tall. So gonna take a lot of paint, gonna take a lot of time, but it's really going to make for the coolest transformation. You know, getting all of this just painted a super, super nice black with the custom floor that we're gonna be doing, and then, you know, some of the lighting. It's gonna be insane. Let's work on getting these cars out of here, get the scissor lift in, and then we'll get right to painting. Jared does not know how to work this thing, so we're gonna see if he can figure it out. Does it have a brake?
No, not really, it just stops.
There you go. Nice. Wow.
This is what we need.
You're so high up there.
Yeah. Now I don't know how to come down. That's it. Perfect. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect.
All right, so we just got the scissor lift back there, so we're about ready to start painting. What we're actually gonna do real quick is get this thing unboxed. This was actually sent to us by a sponsor, PHALANX. So they sent us an airless paint sprayer. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be using this to get a lot of this painting done. So we'll just go over a few of these features real quick. So lightweight, high productive sprayer for DIY and tradesman professional use. Piston pump, single phase motor design. Supports up to a 0.017 inch spray tip. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and take a look, and then let's get painting.
Yeah, I've been commercial painter for what, like 15 years?
Wow, yeah, Jared's been using this thing
used
for
a lot of different sprayers.
probably
really
about as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, Really excited to get into the PHALANX system. Nice and lightweight design. I love these lowboy designs if you're on the go. Like you can't.
And that'll
beat
be
that.
cool for taking all the way up on the lift.
Yeah, feels nice and sturdy. Like you're not gonna tip it when you pull the hoses.
So what all comes in the box? It looks like we've got the user manual. We got some hose right over there. The sprayer itself looks like some more diagrams, and then yeah, the
Spray gun with the gasket. Make sure we don't lose anything in there.
This is awesome.
Okay.
So for those of you who are like us, you know, trying to do some DIY painting, save some money, go check this thing out. But yeah, we're definitely saving so much money painting this ourselves.
This adjusts your PSI, so nice, easy accessible. This is your primer. So when you need to prime it and get rid of the air in the system, you just flip this down, you'll hear the motor.
So this is the RP8620. Get this thing set up and let's get going. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. We've got pretty much a solid line going across. We can get all of this done with the ladder, so we're just trying to do everything that we need the scissor lift for right now. But yeah, we got the wall done back there, quite a bit of the ceiling done as well, and then half of this wall. So, turned out sweet. We got Tyler over here as well.
This is a whole new world. I'm
What do
so
you think?
excited to see this.
It's your first time seeing the shop.
Yeah. No, I'm blown away. Like, especially now that it's painted, like it looks way more the style of this channel.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see the lights in here, the floors, and all the craziness. Like, this is blowing me away.
It'll be so cool. So I think what we're gonna try to do today is finish up the ceiling, and then tomorrow we will finish this wall as well as the door. And then we have to do 2 coats on these walls. So whatever kind of vinyl material these are, so it's this right here, the ceiling, and then that back wall, those do really well with 1 coat. So when those dry, those look great. But yeah, we'll do 2 coats on these side walls, and the paint should be good to go.
And all I have to say is I have a favorite new tool. This PHALANX sprayer is my favorite new tool. I'm pretty picky on sprayers. I've painted forever, and I've always been kind of a Graco guy, and I've had failures from so many sprayers. And so the fact that this was light, when I first picked it up, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure how this is, we'll see. We'll just have to put it to the test. This thing on these big walls has kept up with some huge throughput of paint. So awesome.
And you're 3 hours in, you've been going 3 hours straight, and you know, you haven't worn yourself out or the machine.
Oh, it's outpacing me for sure. It's ready to go. I'm the one getting tired, so.
But yeah, we honestly just could not be more excited to get this thing set up and then just get back in the rhythm. And now, like we've mentioned, we can work on 4 cars at once. So unlike our last garage, you know, it was pretty crammed with even just 1 car in there. We're gonna have so much room to be working on all sorts of different stuff. So.
And your merch. I'll be able to organize merch.
Yeah,
So
yep, merch is gonna be a lot more efficient. Yep, we're just leveling up the whole channel. So it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so as you can see right here behind me, we got most of the painting finished. We are all set with that now, and now what we're gonna work on is getting the floor done. So we really wanted to get the painting done first because, you know, that way we didn't have to mask the floor. We could literally just spray, you know, it gets covered up with epoxy anyways. So yeah, now that we have the painting done, we're gonna get working on the epoxy floor. So there's a few things we have to do for that. Very first thing is we have to grind the entire thing. So even though it is some pretty freshly poured concrete, you still have to grind it to open up all of those pores. So we're going to start with a little handheld grinder, kind of go all the way around the sides, get the perimeter done, and then we're going to rent a push behind grinder. It's a big floor, so there is a lot of work that's gonna have to go into this. It's gonna look insane. I cannot wait to see how it looks with the black walls, the epoxy floor, and then, you know, once we get all the lights and stuff set up. So let's go get to it. Bright and early next day, we are back at Sunbelt Rentals, this time picking up the concrete grinder and the dust collector rental. So we're gonna get those loaded up, get those back home, and then start grinding that floor. Okay, well, we got the garage floor grinded. So we moved some of the stuff back in here, but as you can see, basically just grinded off the entire top coat. And it's a pretty grueling process. It's the worst.
Absolutely the worst job on the planet.
You look like you got run over by a car.
I did.
That's how it feels. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, these last 2 days between doing the hand grinding with the perimeter and then also just with the using the big grinder, just super tiring, and it's super messy. So that's what kind of stinks is the dust just gets everywhere. Like literally all of our tools that were out there just get covered. So it's
everything.
a huge pain to remove. We're also gonna have to clean the entire shop now because the concrete dust just gets caked on everything. So same with the Lexus. Yeah, it's not fun.
Not
You gotta use the rag. Like, I dumped this in the water. And then,
All right, so it is the next day. We've got the floor pretty much all done. Jared is working on filling a few of these cracks because especially the middle ones are super, super deep. So he's working on that, and then after he's done, we're going to completely fill all the cracks and all of the little chip marks and everything as well. So as you can see here, just stuff like this, that gets filled. Every little indent gets filled. Same with this, because with the metallic floor, you know, the goal is to get the surface basically as smooth as we can possibly get it. So that way the epoxy looks as smooth as possible. This is really the last stage of prep work that we have. And then, yeah, then we get to the fun stuff. So cannot wait to show you all how to do a metallic epoxy floor. An installer will charge about $13 to $14 per square foot. So for a space like this, with our square footage, the cost to have it done would come out to about $17,500. But yeah, we paid, I think, around $6,000 in total for all the epoxy. So the material itself is pretty expensive, but it's one of those things where you kind of get what you pay for. So yeah, gonna work on filling the rest of all these little cracks and things, and then we'll get ready to do the black base coat. So as you can see, we just got all of the patchwork done in there. So we filled all of those cracks, all the seams. So now we are ready to do base coat. I'm excited to show you all kind of how it works. And you know, these epoxy floors, it is a lot of prep work, but it's definitely something you could do yourself. We're putting on these special spike shoes. These are what allow us to walk on the epoxy without messing it up. So probably not the best to wear these with slides, but for those of you who've been following the channel know that I wear these slides in every single video.
Yeah, they are not OSHA approved, but
I know, we were even wearing these when we were grinding.
okay, ready? Here goes the black mixed with A.
So yes, this first base coat is just entirely black. It just gets rid of all the concrete.
Yeah.
It just gives you better coverage. Okay,
So-
ready?
Yep.
So, it looks pretty like gelatinous.
Yeah, jelly.
So you do this for 2 minutes.
So this is the part A, and then we mix in the part B, which is the hardener, after we mix the color. So right now, you know, with the part A and the color, we could be stirring this forever, but as soon as the part B gets mixed in here, you have to get all of this out of the bucket within like 5 minutes, or you could actually start a fire in the bucket. As soon as that part B hits this, then that's when the clock starts. As soon as that's mixed, I'm gonna mix the part B in. I'm gonna carry this bucket over, dump it out on the floor. So we're gonna work from the back all the way up to the front. I'm gonna spread it with this squeegee. And then while I'm doing all of this, Jared's going to be mixing the next kit already. So just kind of work it in sections. And then Jared at the very end will come by and he's gonna roll it to just make sure that it gets spread nice and evenly.
Yep, this makes it real. It's crazy how this will combust if you don't get it out of the bucket in about 5 minutes.
Nice, Tyler's got his shoes on too. Huge shout out to Tyler for being our cameraman with this.
Got the Hey Dudes and all.
The Hey Dudes and all.
I mean, Hey Dudes and flip flops. I think we OSHA approved.
Hey, this is Florida.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. You're good.
Okay. Yep. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
It's awesome. I can't wait to show you all when we do the top coat tomorrow, or the design coat.
I mean, even in the corners, it's already absolutely gorgeous.
What was that?
Even in the corners, it's already absolutely looks like it's perfectly smooth, whole different surface. Right now, it looks like a Jackson Pollock.
And then you just kind of work it back and forth with the squeegee like this. Just kind of get the perimeter done. Then it makes for spreading the rest of it a little bit easier.
Okay, kit 2 coming in.
Okay. This is going to be tough. I don't know exactly how I'm going to get around the toilet up here.
Kit number 3.
Also explain what the difference is between what you're doing and what Brandon was just doing.
So Brandon is just applying the material to try and get it out over the floor. What I'm going to do is back roll it so that we get really nice coverage of it. some of the places where there might be excess, a lot of extra material, roll it out so we get a nice even distribution of the material on the floor.
But we are all set, ready to go with the top coat. So we got Tyler back over here as well. We got my friend Mark. So huge shout out to Mark. You excited to see it?
Heck yeah, I can't wait.
Oh, after all the work with just the first coat of black, seeing all this come together is gonna be wild.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, we got all the colors laid out here. I'm excited for this one right here. I don't think
Yeah, like that right there, gorgeous, but also any of like when you've got the a black line in the silver, it's very defined when you do it. Just like that white line right here. So that silver shows out really well where you've got this right here. You do black same way. Yeah, it's dope.
The blue looks.
Oh, that really light blue right there.
Look at the blue on the silver.
Yeah. Like it's like a highlight like
It's like a
in it.
highlighter blue right there. Same with that spot. Like that's how it's gonna look with the lights off like that.
Yes. Right here, look. That silver that kind of like bounced through.
It's like a wave.
It's really a wave.
I'll kind of fill this because I'll feel better. Okay, so yesterday we just finished with the last coat of epoxy, and I think it turned out absolutely insane. I love it. I absolutely love how it turned out. So really the last thing we have to do now is just the top coat. So there is a liquid quartz spray. So we're gonna be using this container right here. You just literally spray this fluid onto the floor, wipe it with the rag, and you just do that all the way from front to back. And then we'll just let the floor dry for 2 days, and then we will be good to go. Okay, so we'll show you what we're working on right now. We are getting the floor masked off with some of this resin paper because we do have to now get a scissor lift to clean the rest of the walls and install the hexagon lights. We're trying to just protect the floors while we have that scissor lift moving around in here. So excited with how these floors turned out. I think it really does match the Atlantic Beach Customs vibe. So, and you can see how dusty those walls are. We haven't even finished cleaning these yet. This was just, I think, like 3 or 4 passes through with just some soapy water. But you can see the difference with how dusty those walls are. So what we're gonna do right now actually is unbox one of our hexagon lights, get it set up on the floor to kind of see how big it is, because we've got 6 of them. Figure out how exactly we're gonna go about setting them up. So that's gonna be a little tricky. We still aren't entirely sure, but it's kind of one of those things that I guess we'll just figure it out as we go.
We've got zip ties, paracord, what do you call those things?
And hope.
A pulley and hope. And did I already say zip ties?
Yep. So super excited to get the rest of it set up. But yeah, let's get this light unboxed, get it kind of set up, and see what we're working with. All right, so it is the next day. We just got the entire floor covered in this ram board, but yeah, we're gonna get the rest of these walls cleaned up, and then we have to do one more little trip to Home Depot. We're actually gonna build a jig to put the lights on and then raise it up. So we're gonna try to create something with this so that way we can just lift the light nice and evenly all the way up to the ceiling. So I'll show you what we come up with for that. And yeah, as soon as we get the lights hung up, then we can move all of our stuff in here. And then we have a few little other small details that we're gonna be adding. So make sure you stay till the very end. But let's go ahead and get the walls cleaned and work on getting these lights hung up. Okay, so I'll show you what we just finished up. So Jared just created this jig for these lights. You can see these are our little tie points we've got. So they'll actually hang with this. Trying to figure out exactly how many of these we're gonna need. So what we're gonna do right now is actually test this out to make sure it works. Because it'd be a shame to, get it all the way up there, get it mounted, just to find out it does not work. So Tyler, why don't you do us the honors? Nice. Boom, nice.
Sweet.
Let's go. Looks like every single one of those is lit. This one's good to go and the power works. So yeah, now it's just a matter of getting this thing mounted up to the ceiling. Okay, so we'll show you all what we're working on. So we actually got our first light hung up. So it's not entirely finished. We still have to go through and tighten a few of the lines, snip all of the extra length on the cords. But yeah, we got the first one suspended in the air. So in just a minute, I will show you all exactly how we did it, because it's actually a pretty funny process. But we've got our second one right here already fully assembled. So this one's ready to go. What we're actually working on right now is cleaning the walls, because we hung up this light before we cleaned all of that right there, and it made for quite a bit of a bigger hassle. So Jared and I are going through, we have a pretty good system. So yeah, we're gonna finish cleaning the rest of this wall real quick, and then we'll work on installing the second hex light, and we'll show you exactly how we did it. Okay, so we'll give you all a quick little status update with where we're at. So we just finished assembling this light. We've got 4 of them up now, but these aren't totally finished. What we're planning on doing is getting all 6 of the lights installed, and then we're going to tweak the spacing. So as you can see right here, this middle light needs to come in a little bit more. We're We're gonna have to close up the gap between some of these. So we're not really gonna do a whole lot of that until, you know, we get all of them finished up, but we're getting close. We've got 2 lights left. This one's fully assembled, ready to go, and it's crazy. There's so many little things that go into it. You know, you gotta tie this knot right here, then you've gotta zip tie it, and you've gotta do that with all of these different pieces. And then you obviously have to tie all of these up to the ceiling. So each individual light, you know, takes a lot of time, super tedious, but it's one of those things that, you know, once they're set up, it's going to be totally worth it. I think what we're gonna finish up for the rest of today is getting this last light installed. So that way we've got 1 light left. We have the scissor lift for a week. So we got it on Tuesday. It's currently Saturday right now. So, you know, we only have a few days left with it. So we're trying to get everything done with the lights. We also have to do another coat of paint to kind of get rid of some of those lines. So we're so tired. It's been a month-long grind, but it's getting close. So we officially got all 6 of these lights hung up. We actually just finished taking apart our jig. That worked out perfectly. So huge shout out to Jared for coming up with that idea. But yeah, so now what we have to do is just go through and kind of tweak the adjustment. So as you can see right here, there's a pretty big gap between that. A few of them are further from the wall than others. So we're gonna get up there and tighten all those, make sure that they're level, make sure the distance between them all is good to go. Then the lights will be set. So then really the last thing we have is to do another coat of paint on both of these sidewalls. And this is another shout out to Jared right here. But yeah, do 1 more coat of paint, and then the shop will be good to go, at least for now. We do have plans to build a loft up there above the bathroom. We are going to be getting a car lift as well. So by the end of this video, the shop's not gonna be 100% finished, but at least design-wise, it's gonna be good to go. You know, those other things will come later on, but now we'll be able to start working in here, bring all the cars in, and get to work. So probably will not show a whole lot of the rest of this stuff on camera. So Jared and I are gonna knock out the lights, get another coat of paint on these walls, and then, you know, just do a few other little touch-ups. And then, you know, we just gotta take off all the paper, bring all of our tools and stuff in, and get set up. So Jared and I will go knock out the rest of these tasks real quick, and then we'll be back to show you guys pretty much the finished product.
Okay, y'all, we finished the garage. Apologize for my voice. So I'm gonna let Jared do most of the talking, but we'll just kind of give you all a quick little tour. We still have a lot of setting up to do. All of the big items are pretty much set, good to go. What do you think?
We just got a 20 out of 10 rating from our neighbor. So I think this thing is more phenomenal. It's like all of the things that Brandon endeavors to get into, is he has a vision. He shows me a little bit of what his hopes are for the way it turns out. We jump into it, and when we're done, it ends up being way better than even the vision that we started with. So hats off to Brandon for his vision. When he first started saying, I think I want to put 6 hex lights in here, I was just like, oh, that is not gonna work, and it's gonna be way too bright. You know, so just a lot of little things like that, that now you look at the way it came together, and 6 is perfect. We actually can add a few more, so ideas for some lighting up into the middle of that. Nothing but opportunity in this place.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much space. It's weird to see all the things that we had in the last garage in here, because you can see all the wall space. Like, there is so much to do. We have so much content ready to come.
Over here, we're gonna be hanging up this whiteboard, and we're actually gonna be doing weekly shout outs. So anyone who comments on a video, we're gonna be randomly adding people's names to this whiteboard, so I think that will be a ton of fun. We are also going to be creating a photo wall of all of the giveaway winners. So that'll be a ton of fun. So we still have some cool things that we're gonna do to set up in here. So now the time has come. The car builds will resume. So stay tuned. So smash that subscribe button. Drop a like, drop a comment, let us know what you think of it. You know, Jared and I put our heart and soul into this, and I think it really did pay off. Super excited to get the merch section set up in here. We're gonna get merch out a lot faster, and we have a lot of new merch coming as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content in here, and we'll catch y'all later.